What up, nerds? My name is Leslie Smith, and welcome to the Nerdy Narrative. This is a little channel that I created in order to share with all of you about all of the things that I read and all of the genres that I read in hopes of helping you find your next read. Today's episode of fun is going to be my October book haul. All of the books that I received in the month of October. And I came up with a different idea for doing it. My husband has been telling me for months to open every book package in front of the camera. And I said, well, I can't do that because if it is from a publisher or an author or a subscriber, they want me to open it right away and let them know that I got it. He said, trust me, they'll be so much happier if they can see your initial reaction. But I think what really drove him to just really stay on me about it is recently I opened a package. I didn't even know he was watching me, but I opened a package. It was a book that I had ordered. And the first thing I did, just like I always do, was smell it. And it stunk so bad. And apparently my reaction, he fell out laughing. He's like, that's why you need to open them on camera. So what I decided to do to try and compromise between opening it on camera and then letting everybody know as soon as possible that I received it is when I do my filming each week, I will go ahead and film the books that I got that week and open them on camera, and we'll see how it goes. Now, the first one I already opened. It was the really stinky one that I got, and that was Sweet Pea by C.J. Skuse. That is probably not the way to pronounce her last name. It is the first book in the Sweet Pea series. I know nothing about the series. I just know that I saw a review for it on Mason in the Dark's channel, and I was like, I need to read that series. And I put it on my list. I will put Mason's review down below. But I put it on my list to read, and then he and I did a October kind of TBR swap where I picked something for him to read and he picked something for me to read. And so he went with Sweet Pea, and I chose for him The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. I can't wait to hear what he says about that. So this is the one that I opened, and it stunk really bad. Fortunately, that smell has dissipated, and now it just doesn't have a smell at all. So that is the first one that I got this month. And then I have another one here. Oh yeah. That is so gorgeous. This is the 10th anniversary edition of Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey, and no smell whatsoever. Guys, look how beautiful the foil is on it. Dang, that is just freaking gorgeous. I hope the camera is picking up how beautiful the cover is. Oh, I'm dying over the pink pages. Let's see. Ah! So we've got the foil. I don't know. Again, I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but I hope it is. Oh, man. Like, look at that. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's how we show it. Oh, man. That is just gorgeous. Oh, gosh. Man, this is a beautiful, beautiful book to have in... Oh, yeah, this one was definitely created with the book enthusiasts in mind. The inside of the dust jacket has some beautiful artwork on it too. Oh my gosh. Like, the dust jacket is gorgeous, but the naked book is just amazing. Oh wow. I am so glad I picked this one up. This one, no smell. Oh well, I guess you can't have beauty and flavor. Next up is a pre-order, and I know that because there's a smiley face on it. Whenever I order from this particular indie bookstore, Copperfish Books, Kathy always draws a picture on it when I get it. And I have like, I don't even know how many pre-orders in. I forget about them. And when they show up, it's just kind of like Christmas because I've got so many in for like the year. Because as I heard about them, I would just place them on the pre-order, and I did a whole bunch. And so then they just show up, and I'm like, ooh. Oh. Somebody got crafty. It really is like Christmas. Yep. This is what I thought it was. Alright, Kathy. Oh, it is so beautiful. I don't know if that's like a gray or... I think that's a gray color on the band there, but that's gorgeous. This is the highly anticipated book 3 of the Gray Bastard series by Jonathan French. And Jonathan French was a self-published author. He was in that contest that Mark Lawrence does, the SFPO something. I cannot remember all the letters. But Jonathan French actually was competing against Josiah Bancroft with the Books of Babel series, and Jonathan French won that year. But it is a great series. I'm excited for book 3. I am going to get into this just as soon as I can. I'll have to fit it into my TBR somehow. Okay. What we got? Whoa. No Smell. Come on, Amazon. This is Brian Bowyer's newest release, Flesh Rehearsal. Okay, the cover is amazing. And in addition to the cover, you have to love the title, Flesh Rehearsal. Oh my gosh. I've been anxiously awaiting this one. Brian asked me if I would be interested in reading it and reviewing it. I haven't read anything by Brian yet. I have several of his on my Kindle ready to roll. I do have them scheduled in the upcoming months. So I am very excited to get my hands on this one and just get a taste of his writing for myself. Man, this thing is gorgeous. Oh, we have a serial killer story. I am very excited to get into this one. The next book I did already open because the person who sent it was like, hey, you should have received a package today. And it was just one of those days I was having that I was like, you know what? I need to open this and have a feel-good moment. And I did. And that book is Beloved by Toni Morrison. It was sent to me from Evie from the channel She Was Only Evie. Ah, thank you, Amazon. Every once in a while they send me a book that smells so good. So for those of you who have seen any recent weekly reading wrap-ups, you know that I read Song of Solomon. That was my first piece by this author, and I was in love, and I had chosen Beloved to be my second piece. And so many people, when they heard I was going to be reading Song of Solomon, was like, have you read Beloved yet? I said, no, that's my second choice. That's the one I'm going to read next. And they were very excited. Apparently, this one has been widely read by a lot of my friends. I am excited to read it and see what the fuss is about. Alright, let's see. We've got 2 of them today to get into. Okay, this is one that I actually ordered. So the first one this one has a really clean scent to it. I love this cover. This is The Hour of the Star by Clarice Lispector. And my friend Angela from Literature Science Alliance picked this one up and she said, hey, why don't we buddy read this one? So we are going to buddy read this one in the month of November. So I had to pick up myself a copy. I really like that. That is so beautiful and bright. Next is... oh, okay, both of these are King novels. And they always smell so good. I don't know if it's just the publisher. Like, are all these books published by the same company? This one says Anchor Books. But my gosh, they just always have the best combination of paper and ink. Okay, so what do I have here? So I have, first of all, Carrie by Stephen King. I have decided over this past year, I've really enjoyed all of the King books that I've read. Now, I do realize I've only read pretty much the fantasy and the thriller side of Stephen King. I never delved into any of his horror stories, unless you count Salem's Lot, which that one was really more suspense than it was horror. That's how I would classify it. I still put it in the suspense thriller category. But I've just really had a great time reading him. I have decided he's one that I want to read through all of his works, and I'm going to do it in publication order. I really love these covers. I know a lot of people like those rainbow covers that they were predominantly white, but the spines were different colors. I really like these. My Salem's Lot is like this, so I'm a huge fan. So I have Carrie. I haven't quite decided when I'm going to kick this off. I mean, Carrie is really kind of tiny, so I might just go ahead and sneak it in sometime soon. I also haven't really thought that far ahead to determine, am I going to read one per month or maybe do it every other month or how that's going to work. All I know is I'm going to read these in publication order starting soon. But that brings me to this other King novel that I have, and this is Night Shift, which is his first collection of short stories. Why do I have Night Shift when that is not the next book in publication order after Carrie? Well, I'm glad you asked, because my friend Jake over at the Bookish Drummer, he is starting a Stephen King short story read along, and that is starting in November. The goal is to read one short story per week. There are a few that are on the shorter side, so we might do 2. If you're interested in reading along through King's short stories and you want to do it with a group of friends, check the description box down below for a link to Jake's channel for that. And then the other one I have here is a box. And this is a big old box. Like, I kind of think it's ones I ordered, because I feel like I ordered more than 3 books this month, but we'll see what we got here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see why it's a big old box. First up, I have here a very German Christmas storybook. But this is a collection of Austrian, Swiss, and German holiday stories that I will be reading alongside the Codex Cantina for our very German Christmas, which is a continuation of the Christmas series the Codex Cantina started last year. Last year, Russia was the country that was chosen to read some of the Christmas stories from that country and just look into how they celebrated the holiday, what kind of food and drinks and things that they had. So I am looking forward to this. This is such a beautiful book. I love that we have just this random axe on the front cover here. Yeah, that doesn't bode well, does it? No smell. And then I finally have here my copy of The Alloy of Law by Brandon Sanderson. And this one has a funny story to it. So I was actually supposed to have received this over a month ago. This was a gift to me from Brett and Nancy. But what happened is Amazon sent me a PlayStation 4 game. And I opened it and I was like, what in the world? I don't even have a PS4. I was like, Chris, did you order a game? Because I think they sent the wrong one. He said, no. And I looked at the package and I was like, well, it has my name on it. Fortunately, Amazon, that was one time they included gift receipts. Thank goodness, because I was able to see who it was from and scan the code to see what it was actually supposed to be. So I got in touch with Amazon. I was like, guys, I've got somebody's game and they probably have my book. And so I processed all the information to get it swapped out. And then I realized the other day, I was like, I never got my book. So I contacted Amazon. I was like, hey guys, about a month and a half ago, I sent back a game that I received an error. Like, where's my book? And they're like, oh, here's a credit. Go ahead and order your book. So I have all of the Mistborn books except for one, I believe. So I've got to get my hands on that because next year I'm going into Mistborn. I'll be starting with Era 1, continuing with Era 2, and then I have it scheduled so that I will end on the month where book 4 of Era 2 is going to come out. Next up, I have Sin Eater by Mike Shell. This is the second book in the Iconoclast series. This is a read-along that I am doing with Andrew's Wizardly Reads. I'll have him linked in the description box down below. It's a clean scent. It doesn't smell like paper or ink. It smells like a cleaner. It smells like Simple Green. Yeah, Simple Green. But I am over halfway done with the first book in this trilogy right now, and it is so good. If you love Dungeons and Dragons or you love video games that have the story type telling in them with a campaign, you would absolutely love the Iconoclast series. It is a much darker type of fantasy. So definitely be forewarned there. And then my final book that I have here is the collection by Joan Didion, I think is how you say her name. We tell ourselves stories in order to live. This is the collection of her non-fiction essays. I've got, oh, it has a ribbon. How nice is that? I love that. We've got a ribbon in here. I love that. All right, I'm gonna stick it up here at the front so I'll be able to find it easily. But I picked this one up because next month, starting in November, Kate from the Literary Apothecary and Evie from She Was Only Evie, they are going to be reading through this collection. I think, I may be wrong, I'll look into it, but I think they're going to be reading one essay per month. I just wanted to jump in on that because I haven't been doing really well in reading nonfiction lately, and I thought this would be a great way to get that back incorporated into the TBR. It's a very digestible chunk, and it's with friends. Can't go wrong there. I will also have Kate and Evie's channels linked in the description box down below. Plenty of time to join if you are interested. And so that will take care of all of the books that I have hauled this month. A lot of really great books I'm looking forward to reading over the coming months. Did you see any books in this video that I got this month that you're excited to read or that you've read and you loved? Are any of the ones that I am reading along with others ones that you want to join in? All of the channels will be linked in the description box down below. All of the books will also be included in the description box along with if they are part of a read-along. And if they are, I will put where that read-along takes place since many of them will be on other Discords. Guys, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you saw a book that you loved, that you're excited for me to read, or you see a book that you've been interested to read and you're excited to hear what I think about it. Sound off in the comments below. Let me know what you're thinking. Guys, have a wonderful rest of your day and I will catch you in the next one.